Welcome back to the channel. Today I am doing my 1 year of ownership of my Seiko SPB105, the Marine Master 200. In my last video I did my 1 year of ownership of the SLA 047J1 Marine Master 300, but I don't know how closely you people have followed my channel, but I had actually bought this watch like a week, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 days later, and I had gotten it. I want to give out a shout out to Exquisite Timepieces in Florida, and also I'd like to give a shout out to my sales person, Ethan, for both watches that I had bought or purchased from Exquisite Timepieces, and Ethan was my salesperson in both purchases. So just like to give a little shout out first to Exquisite Timepieces. They are a phenomenal place to buy watches, and they actually have new and pre-owned watches. This was actually sold as a pre-owned watch, so but it came in, as you can see, it still has the blue sticker. It did have the tags. It wasn't wrapped, and I know it's not going to show up in this video, but there was a slight, you might be able to see it there to the left, a slight scratch there on the left hand side of the case, which I didn't even see initially when I got it. And there's also on the bezel just a little, I don't know, it's hard to see, guys, and pick up, but after studying the watch and wearing it and having it, there have been I have noticed that there was a couple slight imperfections on the case, and just really minor. The bezel, you really almost have to strain to, and it's probably not even going to show up here, but anyway, wearing the wrist check, you guys know it, man. Got the SLA 047J1 on, and I'm trying to get it in the light, but these both have green dials, and for some reason this color on this, it shows up more, and it's also like a sun ray type, not a strong sun ray dial, but it does play in the light, and the color on this might be it's a very similar color to the SLA 047J1, but it's not exactly the same. And on this watch, the lume bezels and the hands, or everything on this watch, is gold. And in my SLA 047, the only thing that's gold is the second hand and the 300 meter print. So, but back to this watch. Yeah, I was so happy with my purchase of the SLA 047J1 that I saw this was listed as used in excellent condition, and for some strange reason, guys, the watch was only $485. Now, buying from Florida, you don't pay state taxes, so that was another incentive. I was like, you know what? I finally achieved my grail with the SLA 047. There is a local jewelry store in my area, or not so, well, kind of close to where I live, but in the same shopping center of where I'm employed and where I work, and that's Little Treasury Jewelers. And I've gone into Little Treasury before, and I've definitely tried on the SLA 021, SLA 023. I don't remember if they had the SLA 047 there, but I know that when I visited Little Treasury, they definitely had the 2-1s and 2-3s, the black and blue dials. But they also had these original Marine Master 200 watches, and I say original because then they later came out with, I guess, the most current version, which is a smaller watch, and I guess they call it the M Marine Master Reduced. I think these were called the Baby Marine Masters. But I like the look and the aesthetics of the Marine Master Reduced watches, but I preferred this watch because it's got a little bit more wrist presence. And again, you know, guys, nothing personal to like the owners of the Marine Master Reduced watches, or I guess the most current versions. I always liked the way I've tried on the Blue Hole. I tried on the Twilight Blue, and I actually tried on this watch at different locations or jewelry stores in my area. There was one in Columbia, Maryland, where they had the Twilight Blue. I had tried that on there, and I had tried on this, and I believe the Blue Hole down at Little Treasury Jewelers in Gambles, Maryland. And I never bought any of those watches at the time because, you know what, guys, funds were kind of low. And I had, you know, I've owned my Sumo, my SPDC033, and that watch kind of like, you know, it was satisfying my Seiko need at the time. But I had always said to myself, you know, of course, my grail is my 047 MM200, and this will always be the grail of grail. It's just, there's no comparison, guys. But with that said, when I saw that this watch was listed at Exquisite Timepieces in Naples, Florida, for $485, used in excellent condition. And you know what I like about Exquisite Timepieces is that when you go to make a purchase, or you're considering making purchases, they'll send you videos. I mean, they'll email you and contact you, and they'll send you pictures of of the watch and angles, and even video clips. I know Ethan had sent me short clips to my telephone, or my cell phone, I should say, my smartphone. So I mean, he was like in contact, strong communication, sending me pictures, videos, and at that price, I just couldn't pass it up, guys. This to me, it's not SLA 047 quality, or but for the price point, man, these watches, I believe initially were selling between $1,300 and $1,500, and I was just like, good grief, man. And again, like I said, Ethan at Exquisite Timepieces was very in good communication, and definitely sharing photos and videos. And I really do love this watch. This is a phenomenal watch. It's in its own right, and for the dollar spent, I mean, the value is incredible. So anyway, like I said, I've owned this watch now for a year. To me, it's a phenomenal Seiko diver, and it's listed as 44, but it's really more like 43. I think it's a 43. I would have to go over the dimensions again, but just the design of this watch, I love the fact that I love this bezel. The bezel style on this watch it's just great. It's kind of like a slimmed down version of my SLA 047 Marine Master 300. And the only difference with this bezel is this is a lacquered steel bezel. It looks ceramic, but it's not. It's not a ceramic bezel. You know, it doesn't have. It also does not have a signed crown like the SLA047. The bracelet on this watch though is, you know, this is one of, to me, of all the bracelets on this Seiko watches that I've handled and tried on and seen over there, even as far as like the new current Seikos that they're producing, and I've tried on, I think the most recent Seiko I've tried on was the latest 62 Mas variant. It was blue, and that had a nice bracelet as well. But this bracelet is really, it's awesome, guys. It's a sturdy, solid bracelet. It almost looks kind of like the way the links are designed, with it having like polished edges but brush on the top. It almost kind of gives it like a hexad appearance. And this watch also has a really nice clasp as well. They've made improvements. But, you know, the funny thing about that is you know, people go from, you know, complaining about stamp. You know, they bitch and complain and moan about the stamp clasp. And then Seiko gives you this. And people are still complaining. You know, I'll never understand the Seiko fanboys. They always seem to look for something to really just, you know, complain and whine and moan about. You know, but anyway, for me, I'm extremely happy with this this watch. I think I was most happy with the price, honestly. You know, I believe even the different variants of this watch, if they're still listed on exquisite timepieces, I believe they are more into the maybe even $700 range. Why this one was listed at such a low price, I don't know, guys. But you know what? I wasn't complaining. It's a great watch, guys. I've done a video on this before. I believe I did a comparison with my Marine Master 300. But anyway, it has a sapphire crystal. It's a flat. It's not like domed. Like my 047 has that inner domed, really thick sapphire crystal. It gives the watch a little distortion at an angle. This watch just has a flat sapphire crystal with the anti-reflective coating. It has the again, the bezel with the stainless steel lacquer insert, and it's shiny, so it gives it like a ceramic look. But this is a, you know, a lot of people say the 047 isn't an everyday wear, or, you know, it's not in reality. This isn't a watch you would wear every day, because it's a big watch, you know. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but I do understand, you know, this is a bigger, you know, much thicker watch than the 105, and it's definitely got some heft at 212 grams. So if you like were to own, and this is kind of like how, other than like I said, the price on the 105, my thought processes was kind of like, okay, you know, I love this watch. This is my grail of grails, but, you know, maybe this isn't an everyday wear. Maybe people are right. You know, you love it. You definitely want to wear it, you know, and you're going to proudly own it, and you're going to feel like a boss while you're wearing it. But what about on the other days, you know, when maybe you don't want to wear the big, heavy, bulky, or the thick watch, and you want something that is a little slimmer, a little bit more sleek. I would definitely say this is sleek, guys. It's a sexy watch, man. The design is awesome, and I'm definitely loving it. And this is, honestly, this could be while you're not wearing, you know, the higher tier MM200, you know, this I guess will be considered like mid-range, you know, not an entry level, but not a top tier Seiko either, like the SLA047. This would be considered more of, I guess, the mid-range of Seiko. However, what I will say, and I don't know if everybody would agree with my thoughts, but to me, let's say even if you could not afford the SLA 047 or a Marine Master or a higher tier watch, and this is the only thing that's attainable to you. What I will say is this is excellent, guys. Now, is it as good as my Marine Master 300? No, there's no, you could add all the Seikos and Orients that I own and put them together. They're still not going to be as good as the Marine Master 300. But what I will say is, this is a phenomenal, I mean, really good alternative to, let's say you're saving up to buy your Marine Master, you know, and at the time, you know, maybe you were as fortunate as me to score a deal on a really good used watch that's in excellent condition, and you want to have that special watch. You know, you want to have a really good watch that you're proud to, you know, put on your wrist and proud to wear. Guys, there's nothing, I'm telling you, absolutely nothing wrong with this watch at all. This is, I've truly enjoyed. I enjoy this watch. Is equal, I mean, as far as just the pleasure of wearing a nice Seiko, man, a good looking Seiko. This gives me as much satisfaction as wearing my SLA 047, because I proudly wear it. I know, you know, people that, you're going to about your day and visiting different establishments, even your job or friends or church or wherever, you know, people aren't going to look and go, oh, wow, you know, I mean, but even with my Marine Master, nobody's going to do that either. They're not going to go, you know, let me see your wrist. That must be the Marine Master 300. Now, people in the know might, you know, people who know what they're talking about or know what they're looking at, but on average, someone could see me wearing this on my wrist and this on my wrist. We know the difference. We know that this is the top tier ultimate grail, and it is. And, you know, there's not a watch in the world. I stated this on my last video. There's not a watch in the world to me that's as good as that gives me the satisfaction. I think this is one of the best design for me. I mean, this is the perfect watch for me. I'm not saying this is the best watch in the world, guys, because, you know, it's, to other people, this may not be. I mean, this may be a piece of garbage to some people watching this video. But as a Seiko fanboy, someone who's wanted to acquire, to get to the top tier, I achieved it, you know. But, you know, as far as just wearing a great watch, again, like, I don't think anybody would even notice, you know, that, you know, this is an original $1,300 to $1,500 watch, and this, you know, was a $3,200 to $3,400 watch. So yeah, I definitely know the difference. But in my opinion, for what I paid for this, and I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I had the money, would I have paid $1,300 to $1,500 to buy this? You know what? I probably would have if it cash, you know, my cash flow was like that and going that way. But, you know, I was able to get a used variant in phenomenal condition for $485. So yeah, this is a great watch, guys. I guess I'm rambling again and babbling, but I love this watch, guys. It's perfect. It's a perfect, I would definitely say, everyday wear, as far as just the comfort level. You know, is it more comfortable than the Marine Master, my SLA 047? Yeah, I mean, it wears slimmer. I mean, if I'm going to be real, not to say that my 047 is uncomfortable, because I could wear that every day as well. But I think this is it kind of reminds me of more like wearing the, if you've owned and worn a Sumo, it's not as bold and big as a Sumo, but it wears, because it's the Seiko magic, guys. I mean, I could line up all my Seiko watches right now, and they may be thick or a little thicker. This is, I believe, 13.3. I believe it's 50, 51. And like I said, it's listed as a 44, but really this is more like a 43 point something, you know, maybe 43 and a half, 43.7. But just look at that design, guys. Look at that case design. It's magic and it's beautiful. And really the only thing that's sitting on your wrist is from here, no matter how big the watch is. And the Marine Master is pretty much the same way. I mean, you're just going from here to here. That's what's laying on your wrist, even if it was bigger. And the case slopes down, and it's just a phenomenal watch. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to, 1 year of ownership, definitely pleased. The bezel action on this is pretty good. The loom is phenomenal. It does have a little bit tighter of a bezel action than my SLA 047 Marine Master 300. It's kind of stiff, but I like that. I like that it doesn't easily turn, or it's not easily going to get knocked out of place. This doesn't line up 100%. Some of you may even be picking that up now. It's a half a click off. So, I mean, I know I got a real Seiko, right? Anyway, guys, just a 1 year ownership of this. I got this like about a week after I bought my SLA 047J1. They're both green dial watches. I was so pleased with the 047's green dial and black bezel that I was like, you know what? Perfect price. I know this is a good watch. I've seen them. This has the 6R15 movement, and I have no complaints on this movement. This watch is running well. It does run a little slow. I would say probably maybe 3 seconds a day, 3 to 4 seconds a day, I guess. It's my 047 is running about 5 seconds fast a day. This is running between 3 and 5 slow, but that's okay. That's tolerable. I can deal with that. And like I said, for the price I paid, I think I struck gold. I really love this watch. Truly enjoyed it. I've actually planned on wearing it today. So thanks for checking out the video, guys. 1 year of ownership of the SPB105J1 Seiko Marine Master 200. Thanks again, guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye.